They are the richest athletes in the world and are adored by millions of fans worldwide. Their salaries are gigantic and some of them can even call themselves billionaires. But how do superstars like Cristiano Ronaldo, Roger Federer, or Usain Bolt actually live privately? What do they spend their free time on and what do they spend their money on? We get to the bottom of these questions and show you the richest athletes in the world privately today. You can expect extraordinary car collections, gigantic mega wills, and also athletes who have remained completely on the ground. So let's get started right away, here at Brain Bite. Let's start our list with Floyd Mayweather, one of the richest athletes of all time. According to Forbes, the boxer is said to have earned $800 million over the course of his career, and alone with a fight against Conor McGregor he earned $300 million in revenue. But Mayweather is not known for living extremely frugally. Instead, he flaunts his wealth on social media and is regularly photographed with tons of cash, exotic animals, and controversial rulers. His jewelry alone is an asset, and he is said to own over 40 valuable luxury watches, including a Jacob & Company billionaire watch, which cost $18 million and is considered the most expensive watch in the world. In addition, the 43-year-old owns several properties such as a $25 million house in Beverly Hills with a gigantic wine collection and his own candy store, as well as a $10 million villa in Las Vegas. He also travels regularly to the most exotic places in the world and even has his own airline for his travels. Mayweather has 3 private jets. As recently as 2018, Money Mayweather gave himself a $60 million Gulfstream G650. But not only his plane, but also his fleet is extremely luxurious and above all large. The father of 4 is said to own over 100 cars worth nearly $30 million. Including 10 Rolls-Royce, 10 Bentleys, and 3 Bugatti Veyrons. Particularly striking are not only the high-priced models themselves, but also the colors of the vehicles. Because while in his villa in Beverly Hills there are only white cars, in the garage of his villa in Las Vegas there are almost only black sports cars. Mayweather, who himself grew up in poor circumstances, was never able to completely get rid of his problematic past and was sentenced several times for assault and domestic violence to different sentences. He even sat in prison for 90 days, and also with his ex-wife Josie Harris, who died this year. It is said to have come regularly to conflicts. His exaggerated eccentric lifestyle is also said to cost him dearly. According to media reports, the boxer is completely broke. Mayweather himself denies this, but the fact is that he unexpectedly left his retirement to celebrate his comeback next year in Tokyo after 4 years. Then probably as grandpa, by the way, because his daughter Ayanna is already expecting her first child. The next athlete on our list, unlike Mayweather, leads a more down-to-earth life. He is even richer than the eccentric boxer. We are talking about Roger Federer. The Swiss tennis pro and 8-time Wimbledon champion is said to have earned $106 million last year alone, making him the highest-paid athlete in the world. He earned most of his money not with tennis, but with lucrative advertising deals. The 39-year-old is a brand ambassador for expensive luxury watches, sporting goods, fashion brands, and car manufacturers, and is said to have collected over $900 million in advertising money in recent years. In addition, there are about $130 million, which he is said to have earned on the tennis court. Despite his wealth, the billionaire Federer is rather down-to-earth and approachable. He has been together with his wife, former tennis player Mirkova Vranic, for 20 years, and the couple has had twins twice. Federer is also known for his charity work. He founded the Roger Federer Foundation in 2003 and incorporates the likes of Bill Gates and Rafael Nadal into his work. So far, he has been able to collect over $40 million for a good cause and realize several educational projects in Africa. In general, the athlete, whose mother herself comes from South Africa, is very interested in working there. He tries to visit the children who benefit from his charity as often as possible. Of course, all this does not mean that Federer does not allow himself luxury. On the contrary, This year, the construction work for his luxury villa directly on Lake Zurich began. For this, the tennis ace is to invest over $77 million, and over 60 employees are to be responsible for the planning of the luxury property alone. The 39-year-old already owns a luxurious villa on Lake Zurich, which was only completed in 2014. The glass house has floor-to-ceiling windows, large balconies with spectacular views of the lake, and a huge glass dome over the living space. But his cars also give an insight into the luxurious life of the tennis star. Roger Federer is a brand ambassador for Mercedes and is said to own several sports cars from the Stuttgart-based car manufacturer. These include a Mercedes SL-S-AMG, a Mercedes E-Class convertible, and a Mercedes-Benz SL. For a billionaire, however, an almost modest fleet. Let's continue with Usain Bolt. He is one of the greatest Olympic legends and is considered the most successful sprinter of all time. Although Bolt is only 34 years old, he retired in 2017. Since then, Bolt, whose net worth is estimated at $90 million, has focused only on the things he really enjoys. One of his great hobbies is football, and so he actually toyed with the idea of becoming a professional footballer after his athletics career. He completed a training session with the stars of Borussia Dortmund and even had offers from the Australian League, which he ultimately did not accept. In 2019, Bolt realized that it was not quite enough for professional football, which is why he completely withdrew from the sports world. Instead, the family happiness of the 8-time medal winner is currently the top priority. With his long-term girlfriend Casey Bennett, he has a little daughter since this year, who bears the name Olympia Lightning Bolt. Since then, the extravagant party life for which the athletic star was known is over. Not infrequently, he stood at his parties as a DJ behind the mixing desk, and the music still inspires him today. Nevertheless, Bolt, who still lives in Jamaica and has built a luxurious villa in his parents' neighborhood, is now using his fortune for more serious projects. He is considered very generous in his homeland and regularly donates money to charity. The athlete has also given his old school a proud $1.5 million. Although the 34-year-old is retired, he is still one of the highest-paid athletes in the world. He earns around $20 million each year through advertising contracts. He is also the co-founder of an electric vehicle manufacturer called Bolt Mobility. The company operates scooters in several U.S. cities and in Paris. In May 2019, Bolt also launched a two-seater electric car called Banano, which will be available for just $999. However, the exceptional athlete himself is not satisfied with such cars, because Usain Bolt owns a very impressive car collection. Among them are several Ferraris such as an F430, a 458, and a Ferrari California. He also owns a BMW M3, an Audi SUV, and 2 Nissan Skyline GTRs. Finally, let's get to Cristiano Ronaldo. Luxury is also standard at CR7. The 35-year-old professional footballer is one of the most famous athletes of all time, and is estimated to have a fortune of 450 million euros. In some media, there is even talk of 800 million euros, which makes him almost a billionaire. No wonder he can afford any luxury with so much money, and that starts with his estate in Turin. Here, the footballer has not only bought one villa, but 2, which are connected by a small bridge and are located in the most expensive residential area of Turin. However, CR7 has cleverly divided the 2 buildings, because while he lives with his girlfriend Georgina Rodriguez and their 4 children in the upper part of the property, his employees such as the private chef, his nutritionist, and his fitness trainer live in the lower part of the villa. Cristiano Ronaldo also keeps fit off the pitch and trains very hard every day. Often even his son Cristiano Ronaldo Jr., who also wants to become a professional footballer himself. His 34-year-old father generally tries to spend as much time as possible with his family and often travels with them to Madeira, where he grew up and where part of his family still lives. Ronaldo also owns a luxurious villa here, where his mother Maria Dolores is also said to live. The fact that Ronaldo, who grew up in even the simplest circumstances, enjoys his wealth is also reflected in his extraordinary car collection. The 35-year-old owns several Porsches, Ferraris and Bentleys. The absolute highlight of his collection, however, is the Bugatti Le Voiture Noir, the most expensive car in the world. Allegedly, it cost 15 million euros and is up to 420 kilometers per hour fast. But Ronaldo is also into luxury in the water, and so he regularly charters the finest yachts in the world. For example, he spent his summer vacation on the 47-meter-long Motor Chase Africa 1, which took him $217,000 per week. That's it with our video. Write us in the comments which lifestyle you found the most blatant and with whom you would like to swap a day. Otherwise, like the video if you liked it, and we'll see you next time here at Brain Bites. Do it well.